सामान्य शैम्पू වලට වඩා දෙගුණයක් ක්‍රියාකාරී Clear Men ලුවාංකේගේ men's shampoo.
In the IMF staff team's end-of-mission statement, Chief of Mission for Sri Lanka, Manuela Goretti, calls for fiscal consolidation, prudent monetary policy and sustained efforts to build international reserves in ensuring macroeconomic stability, given the high level of public debt and refinancing needs in Sri Lanka. It added that Sri Lanka's economy is gradually recovering from last year's Easter Sunday terror attacks, and the recovery is supported by a solid performance of the manufacturing sector and a rebound in tourism and related services in the second half of 2019. While saying the country's real GDP growth is estimated at 2.6% in 2019, Goretti says that growth is projected to rebound to 3.7% this year on the back of the recovery in tourism and on the assumption that the novel coronavirus will only have limited negative effects on tourist arrivals and other economic activities. The statement went on to say that inflation is projected to remain at around 4.5%, in line with the central bank's target, adding that the current account deficit is expected to widen to nearly 3% of GDP this year, after a sharper import contraction in 2019. What's more, the primary deficit could widen further to 1.9% of GDP in 2020 due to newly implemented tax cuts and exemptions, clearance of domestic arrears and backloaded capital spending from 2019. It also highlights renewed efforts to advance fiscal consolidation as essential for macroeconomic stability, given risks to debt sustainability and large refinancing needs over the medium term. The statement also insists that the central bank should stand ready to adjust rates to evolving macroeconomic conditions. It also calls for renewed efforts to rebuild reserve buffers to safeguard resilience to shocks under a flexible exchange rate. The IMF says that Sri Lanka's financial system remains broadly stable despite some pockets of vulnerability, especially among non-bank financial institutions. Caps on lending rates and the loan repayment moratorium for small and medium enterprises is encouraged to be temporary to avoid unintended distortions and inefficiencies in financial intermediation. Modernizing the Banking Act is also encouraged to help safeguard financial stability.
චූරයන්ගේ නොබිඳෙන විශ්වාසය සමගින් මැක්සිස්